episode 2 of season 2 of the Davidson Talk Show.
This episode of the Chat Show is sponsored by Pink Hands for Cancer. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are once again teaming up with Pink Hands for Cancer for our annual fundraiser. Pink Hands for Cancer is a non-profit organization that uses recycling as a way to donate funds to cancer research.
On today's episode, we have the pleasure of interviewing Davidson's very own principal, Dr. Eden. Let's give a huge Davidson welcome to Dr. Eden.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Hi, Dr. Eden. Thank you so much for joining us today. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you have been a principal here at Davidson Avenue?
Oh, I would love to share. So a lot of people don't know, but I've actually been in the district for 17 years. I student taught at Downing, and then I was hired as a special education teacher at Howard T. Herber Middle School. And when I was hired in the middle school, 5th grade was actually still in the middle school. So I taught 5th and 6th grade. Then I was the Common Core chairperson, K through 6. And then 7 years ago, I was hired as the Davidson Avenue principal, and it is the best job I've ever had.
What steps did you have to take in order to become a principal?
It's a very good question. So every principal in every school has always been a teacher first. So I went to school. I went to Queens College for my undergrad, where I majored in psychology and art. And my original plan was actually I wanted to be an art therapist. I wanted to work with children and adults, using art as a means to work through problems, using it for a creative outlet. And I went to Hofstra University to be an art therapist. And while I was there, and I'm getting my master's in art therapy, they said, you know what, we have a new program. You can stay another year, and we'll honor some of your credits, and we'll set you up with student teaching, and you can become into special education. And I said, okay, I love being in school. I love learning, so I will do that. And I got my second master's in special education, and Hofstra places you in student teaching. Student teaching is like an internship for teachers. And I got my letter with my student teaching placement, and guess where it was? Malvern. I had never been to Malvern before, and it was in a place called Maurice W. Downing Primary School. At the time, it was just a K through 4 building. I did my student teaching there, and I fell in love with working with children in the classroom. And that's when I got hired as a special education teacher. And then after a few years of being a special education teacher at Herber, I said, you know what? I think I want to go into educational leadership. I didn't know what I was going to do in leadership, but in order to do that, I went to Stony Brook University, and I got my SBL, that's a degree called School Building Leader, and my SDL, that's my School District Leader. And when the opening happened after Mrs. McDade retired, because she was a principal for many years in Malvern, I applied, and I got that job, and that's why I'm here today.
As a principal, what does your day-to-day look like?
Oh, that's a very good question, too. The day-to-day has like 2 parts. There's the parts that I plan, and there's definitely the parts that I don't plan. So I will have, on my calendar, I'll have meetings set up. I might have something that I'm observing a teacher. I always want to make sure that I'm visiting the lunchroom or the cafeteria. I'm sorry, the lunchroom or the playground. I want to make sure that I'm walking the hallways. Those are things that I always do. And then there are the unexpected things. There might be a challenging incident that I have to take care of. There might be somebody has an accident and I have to rush to the nurse's office. There might be an unexpected fire drill. So I have a very interesting day no matter what kind of day it is.
I've been a student at Davidson for 3 years now, and my 3rd and 4th grade years was full of fun and learning. How do you work with our teachers to plan our school year each year?
Believe it or not, planning for the next school year starts probably around February, March. And that usually starts with our summer reading, because our summer reading goes into the summer after the school year, and we always like to include our 2nd graders that are coming in. Then we also talk about school supply lists at the end of the year. We talk about class lists at the end of the year. We reflect on the current school year and say, okay, what do we want to keep? What do we want to change? What do we want to fix? What do we want to do differently that year? So it really starts, like I told you, at the end of the winter, we are already starting to think. So coming this February, we'll start planning and thinking about the 24-25 school year.
One of my favorite specials is Explore. Can you tell us a little bit about why having extra playtime is important to students?
A lot of students in Davison right now don't realize that Explore is only 7 years old. Before we introduced extra play into the schedule, we only had 8 periods in the day. And the teachers and myself, we all realized it's not enough time to really get everything done. So we kind of redesigned the entire schedule to make 9 periods, which includes an extra special. And during that special, it's called Enrich and Support, which means some students might get pulled for reading or math or OT or speech. Some kids go to enriching specials. We really think about that period as everybody gets what they need. And when we were redesigning the schedule, we said, what else can we do to enhance the schedule? And we said, you know what the children really need more of? They need more of a chance to collaborate with each other, work in teams, and have natural play experiences. And that's how Explore came to be. So the first year we had Explore, this Explore Zone did not exist. But we realized that Explore was so popular, and then when it was raining or we had bad weather, there was no place to play. So we converted this space, which used to be a trailer that was full of garbage and old furniture, and we completely transformed it into this indoor play space. And that's a little bit about the history of Explore.
Dr. Eden, can you tell us about any future events that we should be looking forward to for the remainder of 2023 to 2024 school year?
Well, today is October 24th. That's the day that we're filming this, which means we're only a few days away from our pumpkin patch and our costume parade, which is very exciting. And our pumpkin patch is going to be the first school-wide event at our new Camp Explore. That's the field at the end of Davison Avenue that was just redesigned. So we're going to inaugurate the space with our pumpkin patch. Then throughout the year, there's always exciting things that are happening. We always have a pre-Thanksgiving activity. The PTA always sponsors the Davison Avenue Bake Shop before Valentine's Day. We always do something exciting and surprising before spring break. And what's so cool about working in an intermediate school is that sometimes we come up with ideas randomly or throughout the year. Dr. LaVenture and I constantly are brainstorming new and big ideas. Mr. Benfonte and I are sometimes thinking, you know what would be really fun to do this week? And that's what keeps it really exciting, because here at Davison we really try to think about a nice balance between work, play, and fun.
What do you think your younger self would say to you now with all that you have accomplished so far in your career?
It's a really deep and meaningful question. I think my younger self would be really proud of me. I think my younger self would say, look at all you've accomplished, and not just what you've accomplished, you've chosen a career that touches the lives of children, which means you are influencing the next generation. And I think my younger self would be really proud to see that I followed my dreams. I never gave up. I went to school, and then went to school again, and then went to school again, and that my younger self would be really impressed by the fact that I really, truly embody what it means to be a lifelong learner and to keep growing and learning no matter what.
Dr. Uden, before we leave, can you lead us in the Davison chant?
Oh, I wouldn't have it any other way, because you know that's my favorite thing to do. All right, is the audience ready?
Yes!
Hey, Davison!
What's up, Dr. White?
I said, hey, Davison!
All right, it's time to fly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We are the Mules, grades 3, 4, 5. Our teachers help us learn and thrive. We grow, we laugh, we play and sing, 'cause here in Malvern we do our thing. high to reach our best. On a mission to explore, we will not rest. So
take a seat
and join the fun, cause Davison is number
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We've learned so much from you.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a true honor and a pleasure, and I'd be happy to come back anytime.
Until next time, Davison,
Bye.